In order to dive into startup challenges, we are going to review the startup definition. According to Steve Blank, a startup is a temporary organization designed to search for a repeatable and scalable business model. So let's see the difference between a classical company and a startup. A classical company uses proved business model to establish the business, and they improve their margin through processes. So they go this way. They start this way and they grow slowly by improving their process. While when you are a startup, you almost start with zero revenue and you stay close to zero for a while until the time when you find your scalable business model, and then you can grow rapidly. So in other words, the criteria that describe a startup are this: starting business, fast growth, high uncertainty, high innovative by using technologies, and pretty high risks, difficult to evaluate. And the opportunity is just now, you know what? Because 20 years ago, we didn't have smartphone. And now new technologies appear every year, creating new usage like virtual reality, blockchain, IoT, etc. As a founder, it's like running in the tech jungle. You don't know exactly where you run, taking risk at each step with a strong belief in your vision, hoping from the promised land by hiring a world-class CTO, managing technical aspects of your development. But when? When will you be able to invest? When will you be able to have this 100K or 200K per year in a senior CTO profile? Is it in 6 months, 2 years, or 10 years? Waiting for that day, you will need to learn fast, to learn to be good at managing startup. Why? Let me tell you why, with 2 real startup stories I worked with. The first startup outsourced their first development, the first version. They accelerate and they needed more features, while the provider was not available to deliver before several months, keeping an exclusive access to the source code. And believe me, it happened all the time. Why? Often because specifications were not clear enough. The expectations were higher than planned by the developers. Like the founders say, "How much for creating that car?" Developers would say, "5K. Okay, but what happened? The developer provided a buggy with 4 wheels and an engine, while the founder were expecting a Lamborghini. Usually, the conflict starts there. Bad specifications, high expectations, small budget, lack of communications. This situation forces the developer to invest more time to get paid, up to the breaking point when the developer will say, "This source code belongs to me, pay me or I erase everything." And that came from a real, true story. Coming back to that startup, they had no other option than redevelop from scratch, wasting 20K. Pretty expensive lesson, right? I helped them create a new version, controlling the outsourcer, asking them source code and demonstration on weekly basis. It was a required step to build their next version, identifying solution that works for the customers. And I only worked 1 year for that startup, helping them ground their business the right soil, enabling them to lead the project with the right people, and I found the right IoT expert for them with lower rates. So that was the first story. The second one doesn't have an happy ending. It was a team of 3, 2 business and 1 tech profile. I was in charge of running a technical audit before raising funds, discovering the deep reason for that audit. It was actually a conflict between the tech profile and the 2 other biz profile. I was preparing the plan for the growth, and suddenly the tech left. No contract, founders were not getting paid. That led them to fight with lawyers. Me on one side analyzing what was happening on the servers, doing backup, and while on the other side the tech founders were erasing source code, doing blackmail, etc. That conflict led the project to failure. So what can we learn from it? The first one, without technical co-founder, finally skyrocket, while the second one, with a tech co-founder, failed. You would say, yeah, but that's just 2 examples. Yes, you are right. But I want you to keep in mind that the key to success is just action. Take advantage of each situation, learn from it, and move forward without tech profile if necessary, so that you will make good decisions, delegate to the right person, choosing the right technologies, and above all, choosing the right market. Actually, having the right soul for your project. Having those stories in mind, Next, let's dive into the team setup process.